So today, I'm with my preferred lender, one of my preferred lenders, my go-to guy right here, Josh Nieves. Did I pronounce that right? Did I get it right, finally?
Yeah, Nieves.
Nieves, got it. And he is great at VA loans. I had a dear friend ask me about VA loans, asked me to do a video about it with a professional that's done over, 600 VA loans?
VA loans.
VA.
Is that veteran assistance?
Yeah.
Is that people that help out with dogs, or what's a VA loan?
A VA.
Just kidding. Just kidding.
So
yeah,
VA,
we like to help veterans. Get
yeah,
home.
we
do
love to
VA
help
loans.
veterans.
We
We
do
love to
VA
help.
loans.
Yeah, so VA loans are a type of mortgage that are backed by the U.S. Department of Veteran Affairs,
Yep.
right?
Yes, they are an entitlement for all veterans that have served bravely in the armed forces of the United States of America. There are different formats in that, depending on whether or not you were in full service, full duty, active duty. That's a 4-year window. You get all of your VA benefits. If you're a reservist and still doing your duty to America after 6 years, or if you get a deployment completed, then
Okay.
you are eligible for your full VA home loan rights at that time. So, yeah, it's pretty good stuff there. If you are active duty currently and in your first 4-year term, you can also qualify for your mortgage as a veteran. It is an entitlement and something that's a little bit different than any other loan that we do versus like conventional or FHA, a civilian that actually, qualifies for that loan. The VA loan is actually an entitlement for veterans to be able to have the ability to buy a home at
Yep.
100% financing,
Zero
zero
down.
down, zero mortgage insurance, and some beautiful opportunity there on a fixed rate that allows people to buy a single family primary home, either a single family residence, townhome, condo, co-op, PUDs, planned unit developments have HOAs. And then we've also got one of the most amazing VA loans in the market, and that's a one-time close, new construction loan. So if any veterans wanted to buy some land, had some plans, they can actually build their dream home up to $4 million underneath their VA.
Nice, nice. So what's is there a loan amount they go up to for the VA loan? Is there a cap on that?
There used to be a cap. They really have kind of removed that cap. I would say $4 million is about that max right now. Loans up to $4 million is the cap. They used to have where you had to put a little bit of a down payment down when you exceeded the conventional loan limits. However, I recently just funded on a $1.5 million deal, 0% down. So 100% financing, was able to secure a 30-year fixed mortgage for that. Was the best financing terms available in perspective to that purchase. I don't know a better loan option out there or better rate option out there as far as like jumbo financing. So yeah, great opportunities there. There's really, sky's the limit is what I tell people, up to $4 million.
Nice, nice. So I know for VA loans we've done this, and you can't charge on my end. So we have, like any brokerage, we have a transaction fee. So VAs, you can't charge that.
You have your VA allowables and your VA non-allowables. There's several fees in the transaction that a veteran cannot pay currently. They call them standard fees versus non-standard, but most of the fees are standard in today's practice. The VA just really has never updated their allowable versus non-allowable costs, so there are some fees that are pretty standard in today's regular real estate world. However, that a veteran is not eligible to pay. So those can typically be cured by either electing in the contract to have the seller pay 100% of some of those fees, like escrow or termite fees, or B, you can negotiate a seller credit that allows for the seller to cover most of those closing costs for the veteran. But at the end of the day, major ones are the transaction fee.
Yep, which I have multiple times, so I always eat them with the VA.
Escrow fee typically is another topic, and then any other junk fees for per se loans. We're very limited on the fees that we can quote or close with. Good news is I don't have any junk fees. I'm going to give you the best of all VA financing or non-VA financing, and get you guys set up with some really good VA options there. So we have got some great programs to help veterans get into.
Yeah. So, and then there's usually the VA is a better rate than the FHA and conventional usually.
I mean, they price on the Ginnie Mae platform. Ginnie Mae is the government securitization of that loan. And so they actually price very similar to FHA loans.
Okay.
But it is very known that VA loans typically price ultra great in the market, especially if you are considered at a 640 FICO score or higher. That puts you in the VA elite category versus if you're at a 640 or lower. Let's say you're a 580. 580 is the minimum FICO score for a veteran in the banking world. The VA will say that you can go down to 500, but I don't know a bank that will actually finance below 580. So 580 to 640, still a great world for the VA loan option, and still below market than what most rates would be.
Yeah. Okay, let's see what else we got in here. There is a fee that the veteran has to pay unless you're disability. You got disability, full disability, non-disability. Isn't there a fee?
You've got a VA funding fee. So every loan that is funded through the VA has a protection, per se, like a small insurance, just a little purse that they collect, what they call a VA funding fee.
It's kind of like the PMI.
I would say it's like an upfront funding fee, a percentage that just protects the house, protects the VA network, protects the VA housing community. VA loans are the most successful loans in history. They really don't go into foreclosure too often. Veterans are usually really successful, and the VA touts that because of the strict guidelines they have, the disciplines they have to make sure that it's a conservative approach to help the client. But they also fund what they call a VA funding fee, which we were just talking about. First-time veterans, they're going to be at like a 2.6% funding fee. Second-time veterans are going to be at a 3.4, I think it is now. And if you are a disabled veteran, got some good news for that. You have a zero funding fee. The VA is actually going to waive that for you. Yeah. You'll be able to, buy the house without having that added on. The good news is on the VA funding fee, as a bank and a loan, we actually finance that in. So it's not necessarily a cost that's out of pocket to the veteran.
It gets rolled into the loan.
It's rolled in and packaged into the loan, so they pay that per se off with their monthly payment and inside their loan.
And the one I get a lot is, especially with these veterans that want to produce wealth, want to invest. How does that work when you do multiple properties? Like if you have one on the VA loan and you're purchasing another one, that's a huge question I get. It's complicated too.
That's a great question. You can use your VA loan over and over and over again. It's not a one and done. I have seen some pretty amazing portfolios that have been built, real estate portfolios that have been built due to people using the vehicle of their VA loan. Yep. I actually recently just closed with a veteran couple that have amassed 8 properties, and 5 of them were put on through their VA loan or acquired through their VA loan. They are both dual veterans, so they did one loan through the one veteran's VA loan, then they did another loan through the other veteran's VA loan, then they also did their second entitlement and bought a second house underneath the other VA loan, veteran's loan, and then they went back to the second veteran and did a fourth house. And then in that time, they refinanced the first house into a conventional loan, freeing up that entitlement again, and they were able to acquire yet a 5th property with the VA loan. Again, those are very unique matters. They do come with a little bit of some different caveats, so you have to make sure that you have that position. Usually that second VA loan, depending on the entitlement window, may require a small down payment. Okay. And so depending, again, how
much entitlement they have, right?
Correct. And as they continue to raise the conventional loan limits, that box continues to stretch because you get to add your first loan minus from the conventional loan limit line, and then that shows you like what your remaining entitlement is. If the sales price is under that amount, then you can do another second loan, 100% financing. If it's not, let's say it exceeds that amount, then you're going to be, there's a special mathematical calculation that you're going to be adjusted a little bit to where you're going to have a small bit of down payment due. I typically tell people it's about 4 to 7% of the sales price.
Okay.
To simplify it, if anybody's interested in diving into how can they, take this move and get their second property, rent out their current VA house, use their entitlement, I'm happy to talk with them about that.
Yeah,
they
100%.
can contact Shane Judge, and he'll get you over to me, and I'll help you out in finding out some answers to that.
Yeah.
But it's a great vehicle to expanding your portfolio.
Yeah.
And I think it's something that is unfortunately vastly underused, and with more education, we could help veterans really build a great portfolio through using their entitlement underneath their VA.
Hence, that's why we're doing this video.
Yeah, hanging out with you over here at Sotheby's. What a beautiful place. Shane has so much great knowledge in his industry of real estate right now. He's really just amassed such a great sphere of influence by leading with education. I think if anybody's watching their videos, his videos, you'll see that he really cares about, getting the right information out to the client. And I think that's, one of the reasons why I love to work with you. On a side note.
I appreciate that.
Plus, you're a master negotiator. The deals you put together, Shane, blow my mind. So it's
Appreciate
awesome
that.
to be hanging out with you, and I appreciate, talking about VA loans and how we can help veterans, get home, because a lot of them don't realize the benefit they have.
A lot of them don't know they even have it.
And so, it's really interesting. I just came across a veteran. He's 86 years old. He has never used his VA loan. He attempted to do it before, and the lender told him he could not, that he didn't have a VA entitlement. I actually was able to get his DD-214. I actually got a copy of his Social Security card, and we took all that information to the VA, and they did some research. It took them 7 to 10 days. The VA moves at their pace. But they were able to actually establish that this gentleman had his VA entitlement rights, and he now can use his VA loan at 86 years old, even though he got out of the military, 64 years ago. He'll be able to take advantage of this. And there's just so many other veterans that, have served their time, have, done their part for America, and then they didn't take advantage of their VA benefit. So if you're a veteran out there and you haven't used your VA home entitlement, buy a home, really take advantage of this. It's 100% financing. Again, no mortgage insurance. That keeps your payment low every month. 30-year fixed rate. And I mean, if you use Shane Judge here, he can negotiate an amazing seller credit that could potentially slide you into the home for little to no money out of your pocket. So take advantage of your VA loan if you're a veteran. If you know a veteran that hasn't taken advantage of their VA loan, encourage them to look at that. There's no reason that a veteran should be renting when they can slide into home ownership with 100% financing. So get the news out there to anybody that's a veteran that they should be making that move into home ownership.
Yeah, and to touch on, it's such a great tool to build your portfolio. We have a client right now that's putting $1 million down because he used that tool to build equity in his properties to be able to put that $1 million down on their dream homes.
On their next purchase.
Yeah.
All because he just kept using the VA.
He kept using the VA. He accumulated that appreciation, sold a couple properties. Now he has $1 million cash to put down in the house.
And he probably did that in less than 10 years.
Yeah, most likely.
I mean, people don't realize the appreciation value gain from buying a home. I keep talking about this. It's like I can see people spending $2,000, $2,500 a month in rent. I mean, at $2,500 a month times 12, that's $30,000 a year. Times that by 5, that's $150,000 that you will spend in rent. And what I can say to that is I've seen people that bought 5 years ago that are spending $2,500 a month in mortgage payment, and they are sitting on $150,000 of equity that they used with their VA loan or as a civilian with a down payment. However, the VA person came in 5 years ago, 0% down, started making this payment, and now they're sitting on $150,000 of equity of wealth. So the vehicle of, buying a home with your VA home loan is really, really important, I think, and something to, let people know about, shout from the rooftops to, stop renting, take advantage of that opportunity, that hard work that you put in when you were younger, and get into a home with your VA loan.
Yeah. And let me gas you up a little bit. This guy right here, he gets them done. When people can't get loans, when they fall out, they call this guy. And this guy always comes through for me. He gets it done in 10 days, which usually takes 30 days for it. The last one we did, you got it cleared to close in 10 days. And it was incredible. You always come through.
Hey, I got to give the credit to your buyer. They were clean. They got their documents into me.
That's huge.
But
Getting the
it's
documents
always my
in.
goal to exceed expectation. I think the national average right now is about 15.56 days with the bank that I use for clear to close. And they just tagged me on an email at 10.86 days on the average clear to close from contract to
10.86 days.
being signed off and ready to get buyers their keys. So, I take a lot of pride in helping people get home. I want to help people build wealth. And I feel like so many people that I get to work with are accountable every day in their job. They show up and they provide the service, they help people, and they deserve to have that same exact service when they come to buy a home. And so I really try to give back to the community what they're giving to us every day. And that's one of my main thoughts of being fast or quick. It's not, to rush somebody, but it's to,
peace of mind,
create that client experience that they deserve to have.
Yeah.
And
plus peace of mind when you're dragging, you're in a contract, it's on 20 days, 25 days, you still haven't got the clear to close. That's the feeling, that anxiety, especially for people getting those loans. For me, it gives me anxiety, so I can only imagine.
I mean, one of the things I love to bring to the table is certainty.
Yeah.
And I think that when you can offer certainty to a client or to an agent or to even a listing, a seller, it just really helps everybody and everything be a lot smoother. It helps everybody be able to sleep a little bit better at night during the process.
Yeah.
And so certainty is a big factor. And then just being accountable, getting the results and then getting it done. And that's been a lot of, I would say, the secret to my success as a loan officer. And then for some reason, I keep making this weird mistake. I keep answering my phone.
That's a huge one that I run into a problem with a lot too. So that's most important. Communication is key in any relationship you have, especially when somebody's funding your new home.
Guys, I just wanted to mention from this, it's a pleasure to be here today. If anybody that's watching this on YouTube that's interested in getting into a home, is a veteran, and is in the Clark County area, or possibly they're in, California, Nevada, Utah, Texas, Florida, I'm willing to help you out and also offer to pay for your appraisal for the closing. Really want to step up and help that veteran get home. So if you are looking to get home, give me a call or give Shane Judge a call and say you need to get in touch with Joshua Nieves. Mention Shane Judge from this YouTube video, and you are going to get a free appraisal taken care of, courtesy of Joshua Nieves with Merit Lending. Appreciate everybody and the opportunity to share this VA opportunity to people and let people know that the VA home loan entitlement is there for them to get the keys to their new home.
Awesome. Well stated. Tell everybody a little bit about yourself. So, how long you been in business? Who you work with?
Geez, I just got into this business like 4 months ago. I was flipping burgers over at McDonald's. This guy came in and was like, "Hey, you would be a good loan officer." No, just kidding.
That's why I love working with him. You got to keep it light. You got to make people laugh. There's humor in this. You can't take everything so seriously. I love it.
A little bit about me. I am 44 years old. I am
You're 44?
Yeah.
Man, you're looking good.
Thank you.
Get it.
I am married to a beautiful lady that has been in my life we've been dating for over 8.5 years, been married for almost 5. Together we have a beautiful daughter who's 4 years old. I have 2 other beautiful daughters that are 26 and 27.
Okay. So you
my
are 44.
27-year-old daughter has given me 2 beautiful grandchildren that are 4.
You're a grandpa?
2. I'm a grandpa as
Okay.
well. I'm born and raised in Las Vegas, Nevada. And one of my claims is that I'm a super native. What makes me a super native is that the same doctor that delivered me delivered my mother 22 years earlier here in Clark County, Nevada.
Wow. That is super native. That's incredible.
A little bit of
that's
some
cool.
history. We now have 4 generations that have been born in Las Vegas, Nevada. And I am very passionate about real estate. I got into real estate 24 years ago. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I haven't retired yet. No, I'm just kidding. And really have grown up in the real estate industry. Turned 21 in the industry, turned 30 in the industry. Bought my first house at 21. I've had up to 7 rentals at one time. I currently own property in 4 different states. So I love to invest. I love to, practice what I preach every day. And then other than that, I've just built my business on helping people, being available, showing people how much I care. Nobody cares how much you know until they know how much you care.
Yeah.
And that's just something I've just always led with. And so that's a little bit about me. I love to chase snow and go snowboarding.
Yeah, me too.
I love some really good music concerts. I think I've seen you at a couple.
Yeah, we have.
I love to spend time with my family, and that's about it.
That's awesome. Thanks for telling a little bit. So 24 years in the business,
Yeah.
and you're still crushing it. The home loan closer, Joshua Nieves.
Yeah. You know what I want to share with about you? I met you, 5.5 years ago?
4 years ago.
And you're like, you know what? I don't know much about real estate, but I know I want to be in real estate.
Huh? Well, the big thing for me is I need to find a career where I can help people, where it made me feel good to do what I do every day. And this, like the last home we closed, it made me feel so great. And that first time home buyer, he was a friend of mine. That's even better, right? Just that feeling you get, when you're contributing to somebody's success in life. So that's pretty much the
And I just like that you said, you said that, I don't know much about real estate, but I want to help people, and I want to feel good about what I do every day. And I didn't like the previous job I had. I don't feel like I was helping people, and you felt like you could give more back to the community. And then ever since that moment, you've just been a sponge that just soaked up so much information.
Still doing it.
So much more
Still
information
doing
out.
it. Still doing it.
And your videos are some of the most informational videos that I've seen. I really love your education side, and it's just awesome to be your partner. So I just want to
Appreciate
thank you so much, man.
Thank you. And
And,
you for doing this video.
Shane Judge at Sotheby's International is with Joshua Nieves at Marylending, and together we can help you get home.
Okay, awesome. So everybody, we're back. We've left out an important part. These loans are assumable. What that means is when somebody comes to buy the home that you have that VA loan under, they can assume that VA loan. But that's kind of a tricky because your entitlement goes with it, and that's something you really don't want to do unless it's for a family member or something. So can you touch on that real quick?
You hit the head on the
Nail on the head?
The hammer
thing on the head?
nail.
Yep.
The hammer. You hit the hammer. You hit the hammer on the nail with that. VA assumable. VA and FHA loans are assumable. Shane said it best. A VA loan can be assumed. That means you secure your house, you live in it, you have some equity, you would like to move. In this market today, rates are better before than what they are today. So if a veteran wanted to have somebody assume that loan at their current rate, they could. The only downside to that is that your entitlement stays with the property. So if they keep that loan forever for 23, 25, 27 more years,
Your entitlement
is stuck with that. And if they ever default on that payment, your entitlement could not come back. And so there is a risk there for anybody that is doing that, but there's also a benefit. Let's say you have huge equity in your house and somebody wants to come in with $140,000 to give you your equity and take over your loan, and they have 770 FICO scores and excellent history, and you can use your 140 to take a down payment and buy your next home. It may be a great fit for somebody to look at, but really honestly, veteran, beware on allowing your loan to be assumed, and really honestly know that it could potentially limit your availability to be able to get a VA loan in the future.
Perfect. We touched on that. That's it. That's a wrap.
Wrap!